I'm sitting low.
Are you?
Well,
Would you like a pillow?
Yeah, I have a pillow behind me that I can sit on and make me feel like a big girl.
Okay.
A big girl with a booty.
Yeah, I'm like, this isn't a butt problem.
It's a butt problem. I have the butt problem. Not you.
Okay.
I've always said that.
Okay. Hi, Toya Upshaw. How are you guys?
Hello,
Hi,
everybody.
Michelle Renee. How are you guys? So we had to take a little break because I felt like, well, we both felt like it made more sense for you guys to actually be able to hear us better. So now we have lavalier or lavs, as someone likes to say all the time. It's right there. Yeah, and so it's
more professional. Can you hear us better?
Oh, Tova. My bad, Tova.
Hi.
Sorry, I'm like, my vision is getting weird. Like,
hi, Nora.
So sorry about that.
So somebody let us know whether the audio sounds much better now that we have professional microphones.
He said move the mic a little closer
to
mine. Yeah, mine sounds better than yours, he said.
Mm-hmm. How's that?
Well, he'll text me in a second. Okay. Hi. Normally I'm tired, and today I'm actually even more tired, but that's really yeah. Well, because I've been fluid running, not aqua jogging. That's different.
What's fluid running?
Fluid running is when, so I have a pool, which I always complain about because it's not that big, but I discovered it's the perfect size. For jogging in the pool. And so since my knee is like, it's messed up. Like it's going to be messed up.
Buoyancy helps you.
Yeah, so you get this little like aqua belt that you can get off of Amazon for like $20, and then I bought like a tether. So I put the aqua belts on. Oh, sorry. He said the mic is only picking. It's only. One second. I'm going to. Okay. Now I'm going to try this. He just said you'd have to speak up, which I don't really feel like you need to be yelling. Okay.
All right. How's it?
Hi.
Okay.
Okay.
So you got an aqua belt, an aqua something.
I got an aqua belt, but hold on. Let me just make sure the audio is where it needs to be. Yeah.
Now we hear much better.
Okay, so then I was right the first time.
Okay. Yeah.
And I did all this by myself.
By herself.
By myself. Okay, so I bought this aqua belt from Amazon, and it's like $20. It's like this little thing, and you have to like, it's like
a weightlifter belt.
Kind of, but it's really just made out of like styrofoam, I guess. Yeah. And so it keeps you upright because really you're supposed to be looking like you look like you're running in the water. Your feet don't touch the ground or the floor of the pool. And then I bought this little tether that it's another belt.
That keeps you balanced and buoyant.
Yeah, it keeps you balanced and buoyant. And then I hooked it onto my chain link fence. And so I've been aqua jogging. I decided I was going to aqua jog for the length of this house mix I had yesterday for an hour. And I've been dying all day today because water is 800 times more
resistant.
Right. There's more resistance, 800 times more than versus air in water. And so it basically equated to me running for 2 hours. So I'm very tired.
It's a really good workout.
It is. I'm super tired.
You know, when you see those commercials where they have out in some suburbs, they're selling, you know, it's a big hot tub and pool sale. The big hot tub and pool sale. And they sell those things that are like kind of like pools, but they're big. They're little pools, but big hot tubs. And they come equipped with those kinds of things so you can jog.
It's really cool. Like, I really like it. Now I got to get some solar panels so it can basically...
What, heat your pool?
Yeah. Because it's fun. Plus, then I get to be in the pool like every day.
I may have to check that out because I may want to get that.
And I was literally like this. Like for 30 minutes today. And I am so, like, I ate, I've been eating all day, but then I did try this new vegan burger place called Burger Boys, that's out here in LA. And I'm not a vegan burger person. Even when I was a vegan, I was like, I don't know. If I want to eat a burger, I'm just eat a burger. It was really good. It was really good. So Burger, Burger Boys, I believe it's Boyz, and they're on Instagram, and they're Black owned, and it was really good. My trainer told me.
Black restaurant that sells only vegan burgers?
Yep. Yeah. Like
oh my God. I'm so proud of Black people.
It's good. It's really good.
I'm so proud of Black people.
Surprised. Yeah.
We have come up in the world.
We've come up in the world.
Okay.
Yeah. So real quick, let me see. Tova asked, do I take private practice? I don't see anybody in private practice. Sorry about that.
But if someone wanted to see someone in private practice, the referral site is
therapyforblackgirls.com.
Yes. God, you forgot that already.
Brenda said I sound like I'm in a tunnel. Do I sound like I'm in a tunnel? You guys let me know.
These people are saying you sound perfect.
Okay.
So
that's fine. So I'm gonna just leave it. Okay, I'm gonna go check on Instagram real quick and see if anybody is watching or no. Oh, here it is. Okay, so here we go. All right, so what are we gonna talk about today?
You wanna know what I did today?
What did you do?
I got a massage 90 minutes.
Where?
Massage Envy. My guy at Massage Envy.
You had to wear a mask?
No, everybody over there has been vaccinated.
I know, but I thought you were still supposed to wear a mask if you're inside.
I wore the mask.
CDC said that you don't.
I wore the mask inside, right? Inside to go in, but when I went into the private treatment room, I took it off. So I got a 90-minute massage and I got a 60-minute facial. Today, I have on zero makeup. I know you never do, but you're considerably younger. But I have zero makeup, and I'm only doing this because I'm sharing this because I'm one of those people who, when I get a facial, I don't like to put makeup on right after. Whatever they've done on the facial, I like to let it last.
I don't like makeup at all.
I don't either, but there comes a point where you kind of got to do something sometime.
Yeah.
So I did that, and Crystal, you go to Massage Envy on Ventura. So I used to go to the one in Sherman Oaks on Ventura. And then they opened one in Studio City, which turned out to not work out too well. That was not good. And now I go to the one on Lancashire.
Right?
They changed somebody else bought it. It's a spa. But all of those Massage Envies are owned by a Black woman.
Oh, nice.
She owns like 10 of them.
Oh, nice.
So I go to the one. I know. I go to the one on Lancashire.
Oh, okay. Oh, look, you guys. Look at my nails. I got new nails.
You know what I figured out why you're always wiping your glasses?
Because my face is well moisturized?
No, because your eyelashes brush the lenses.
Well, listen.
Oh, I'm saying, because I couldn't figure out why
because
all the time
there are things that, there are things
you just have to put up with for beauty.
Yeah, it's bad bitch status.
I get it. I'm just telling you, I finally figured out why.
Yeah.
I, who've been wearing glasses since I was 6 years old, I wipe my glasses 1/100th the amount of times you do.
Well, it's that, but also I have to put nerd wax on my inside of my glasses so they don't slide. Nerd wax.
I don't know what that is.
I'm showing it to you. It's nerd wax.
What does it do?
It's like a wax, obviously, and you put it on you put it wherever you need your glasses
to hug.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's sticky stuff?
It's not really sticky. It's like you can touch it. I mean, it's like wax.
It's like looks like chapstick.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like the earthquake stuff. Well, if you live out here, they sell these little gel things that you can put on the shelf and you stick the stuff right so that when it shakes, it won't fall and break.
Yeah. So I use nerd wax, which is probably something I found on Instagram.
So I think the other way of addressing that is to have your glasses adjusted by the person who you purchased them from.
Or I could
fit them to your face. They heat these parts of the things so that they can bend properly to fit over your ears and hold everything in place.
Or I could just buy more nerd wax. Okay.
You can, but part of your purchase of the item is to have it adjusted.
I got these glasses off of that little website. So it's not like anybody was around to adjust it for me.
Karen Lee Garcia says, wow, I need that wax for my glasses. No, right. You can't have that person, but you could probably go to any of these opticians and say, can you adjust my glasses for me?
I'm not really ready to be like out. Like, you got a massage and that's great. Like, good for you. I'm not really ready for that.
I've been going to Ed for 3 years.
No, I feel you.
He's my guy. And I stopped the whole time. This is my third massage with him.
I have not
since all of this.
And if I do, I'll probably I use Soothe, which is the app that come to your house. So we'll probably just have to be outside because I'm not there yet. Okay. Now, hi everybody. Just want to say May is Mental Health Awareness Month, which means I've actually been pretty busy, which has been really good.
Blood Honey is saying your audio is echoey because the camera mic is picking you up. So perhaps you might want to turn off. Can you turn off the camera mic and only get picked up through the lav?
I don't know.
Perhaps Brandon knows how. Is there a thing on here that mutes the camera mic?
No. All it does is camera is this. Audio is this. Hold on, let's see. He said no. Okay. I'm being picked up from your mic.
That's weird.
Yeah. Well, who knows? We're going to get this. We're going to fix this.
Oh, maybe if we were in a real TV studio with an audio guy, they would put us on separate channels and then we wouldn't.
My lapel mic isn't working. Oh. You know what? Hey, I did the best that I could.
I have friends. We'll figure this out.
Hold on. Don't say anything for a second. 1, 2, 3. Ah! Okay, that worked. Okay, you talk.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Okay. I mean, I don't really know what to do. Yeah. Well, okay. All right. Well, some people are saying it's fine. Some people are saying it's not fine. We're going to work on that for next week. Okay. So, yeah, Alicia said yours is clearer. Anyway, I'm just going to be echoey today. So, I saw that Felicia Rashad is going to be the Dean of Howard University's College of Fine Arts, which is great. I
also saw that people were criticizing her for what was it? Enabling Bill as though she was his real wife.
Well, the issue is this, and I thought about it. The issue is that no, she's obviously not his real wife, but his real wife is very much, supporting him, which would be expected. Felicia Rashad has been asked on a couple of occasions, how she feels. And she did say something to the effect of she does not believe it and that she believes that, these are women who are all lying, which wasn't, maybe the best thing to say.
She should have stopped at I don't believe it. Just say that.
Exactly. So, I mean.
Or I just can't believe it.
Right. Like, oh my God, I can't believe it.
Just leave it there.
Just leave. Like,
leave it there.
Let's get out of the camera. Yeah. So I think because she went extra and kind of doubled down, it was like, oh girl, I don't know about that. So, I mean, I'm happy that she,
me too. But here's how her life is going to change. Her life is going to change a lot by being in the middle of students for whom this is everything.
Exactly.
And they
haven't watched the Cosby Show.
Right. And they're going to text and tweet and all kinds of stuff, and she's just gonna have to be ready for it.
Right.
So you know who else is in the as we bring up tangentially hashtag Me Too? That Bill Gates stuff.
Yeah, but yes, I did see something about that. But it seems
affairs.
You talking about he was like, was he kicking it with Jeffrey Weinstein and them?
Well, hang on a minute. There's a couple of things here, because when the thing first unfolded, right?
Melinda said she was very like not comfortable.
Very not, right? And then 20 years ago, a woman claimed.
Oh, hold on. What happened?
What happened to our camera?
What happened to the camera? Uh-oh.
Is it when you touch this?
No. I mean, I didn't do anything. What's this say? Okay, so the only option is to go into the cam, mic, and ScreenYard. And then change it to MacBook. Yeah, change it to this for now. All right.
So the lobs aren't working.
Right. So yeah, so the lobs are like whatever.
But where's the picture?
You can change the camera too. But hold on.
Okay, well, the Sony camera, something's wrong.
Something's wrong with the Sony camera.
So we would just go to the computer camera.
This is whack.
All right.
This is whack.
It's not what we expected, but
no, like I did all this stuff and I took time.
All right, well, we'll get somebody who does this for a living.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Let me just try this one more time. Sorry, you guys. Camera. Yeah, this is whack. I don't like this. Oh, you know what? It went off, but I've been charging it the whole time. Oh my God. No, okay, whatever.
Right.
No, look.
Oh,
there it is.
Back. Well, okay.
Yeah, okay. You know what this is? People like Mercury in retrograde is not a thing. I mean, it is. Like, it happens. Like, I've been dealing with communication, electronic issues all weekend.
Okay, but I'm still on to Bill Gates.
I know, but I'm just, okay, fine. Go ahead.
So when it first came out, there were, unnamed sources who said that Melinda Gates was very concerned about Jeffrey Weinstein and what appeared to be a relationship with Bill Gates.
Like they was friends.
Right. She was very concerned about that. But even so, when she first met him, Jeffrey Weinstein, when they first met him, it was like, I don't like that guy.
She was like, oh.
So now what has come out is that the guy who is the financial manager for all of Bill and Melinda Gates's money, he was hashtag Me Too. Oh, no.
Okay.
He was a few years ago investigated for improper behavior with employees, right?
Right.
And then Bill Gates, it turns out, when he resigned last year from the board of Microsoft, right?
The financial dude.
Bill Gates resigned from the board.
Sorry, multitasking. Yes.
Right. It turns out that the shareholders voted him onto the board.
Oh,
no, he resigned from the board. The shareholders, because he probably was listed as a candidate before he resigned, they sent in all their votes and proxies and stuff. They voted him back onto the board, and then he resigned from the board again, saying he wanted to spend time with his philanthropic and charitable issues.
And his girl.
What it turns out now is that the board, there was a board committee and an outside law firm investigating him for having sexual relations with employees. So Bill Gates, who came across as what's that stuff called? Across as a nerd wax. Turns out that he probably was more waxy than he was nerdy.
Okay. This reminds me of something I saw yesterday. You saw what happened to Les Moonves?
You mean back then?
No, I'm talking about recently.
More?
Well, it's not more. It's that he
I know less, right?
Yes. He was waiting. So all this stuff came out, the Me Too stuff. Mm-hmm. And then, I guess, CBS was like, okay.
He was waiting for a settlement.
Right. They said no.
Listen to me.
What?
My boy, an attorney who, he's the guy who killed that big golden parachute.
Yeah, I mean, as
by bringing up more information.
Well,
that the board was like, wait, what?
We can't. No, you can't give that man money. And Janet Jackson's birthday was yesterday. And remember how Les Moonves had his sights for her, and look who is 50 plus and fabulous and living her whole life. And now Les Moonves. I mean, yes, he has money. Well, but he don't have $120 million more money than he did. He did on Friday.
Les was married to Mrs. Moonves, and then Julie Chen showed up.
Oh yeah,
and then that marriage to Mrs. Moonves was done. Mm-hmm. And then Julie Chen is Mrs.
I wonder
Moonves
what his
now.
old wife looked like. I'm just wondering because Moonves' first wife.
There it is.
Let's see. I mean,
that's her at the end.
Oh,
isn't that her? Yeah, right there. This one.
Yeah. I mean, okay. She kind of looked like Kate Capshaw. And then look, wait.
Nancy
Weisenfeld. I was like, oh my gosh, she do look like Kate Capshaw, but that's not her.
She looks a little like Kate Capshaw and a little like Mary Tyler Moore with blonde hair. She does.
Oh my God. Oh wait, E. Jean Carroll said he assaulted her too. Damn, E. Jean Carroll. That's messed up. Wow. You know who E. Jean, you know her.
The woman from
Elle. She writes that article in Elle, but she also was assaulted by Trump.
Oh, that woman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
so I thought that was really funny. I was like, oh my God, see how God works when you try it against Janet Jackson? And also when you do like a whole host of other like gross things.
What's that new show that's supposed to they're calling the Black Sex in the City? I saw a billboard for it.
I don't know.
And they had a line in there blaming something about touching people or hugging people, and they said, well, it's all Matt Lauer's fault. I was like,
damn. Okay, well.
He worked his way into pop culture so that...
I mean, yeah, like once people heard about that door that, like the locked door or
I had
whatever,
one of those doors. It didn't
I know, I'm just saying, once you put that out there, it was like, oh, so it's like that. And then everybody was like, L. So, I mean, I'm just really happy that everybody who needs to be brought to justice, so to speak, I'm just glad that's happening.
I think everybody is too like holistic a term. Everybody's
no. When I say everybody, I'm talking about we just saw the British monarchy. Now, we're dealing with like Israel versus Palestine, and just the fact that finally something that I've been saying and something that people who know me has been saying, like there was always a sentiment. It just shut off. I don't know what's going on.
No, it's still on.
No, it's not.
Oh.
I don't know why it keeps doing that.
Perhaps we should just stick
I'm going
laptop.
to, yeah. Okay. I'm going to change it to the laptop in a second. But what I was saying is there was this sentiment when I was in high school, and I'm sure before then and even after then, that if you say anything or believe anything that is anti-Israel, that's therefore anti-Semitic, and that's not the case at all, because it like when we studied the Israel and Palestine and the Gaza Strip and all that, and I was like, okay, and then I was reading something last week, and I was like, oh, so this is like colonialism.
Absolutely.
Well,
what we're talking about is Zionism.
Right.
It's creating a political state, right? So when the question of anti-Semitism comes up, it means you're against the religion and the people and the culture.
Versus the policies.
Anti-Zionism is against a separate state. And the only reason to be against that people, not the only reason, but of course, the issue is the Palestinians, their land was taken, right? You remember Yasser Arafat?
Yeah, of course.
Right. So I spent back in the days when I went to Israel one time in my life, and in my group was Dr. Ruth and a bunch of other.
Hold on. This thing is stupid. Camera.
So Dr. Ruth and a bunch of other, fairly prominent New Yorkers who were opinion makers.
Okay.
Influencers is what they'd be called today. And I went when I was news director at NBC4 in New York. And everybody else, their trip was paid for by the Jewish Community Relations Council, because that organization in various cities sends influencers to Israel and the Gaza so that they can see for themselves, right? They set up discussions and so forth. So I went. My trip as a journalist, my trip was not paid for by them. My trip was paid for by NBC, because we can't accept.
Well, that was your job.
Right. So I went, and we were all going to go to the Dead Sea. And I wanted to go to the Dead Sea because, that the whole moisturizing and the float, and I was all ready. And the day before, one of the legislators who was with us was like, Paula, how much do you want to go to the Dead Sea? I really want to go to Dead Sea. I really, really, really want to go to Dead Sea. Oh, too bad, because I have, I put you on the list for 3 of us tomorrow to go over to the Gaza to have like a 2-hour private meeting with Yasser Arafat. I was like, I never wanted to go to the Dead Sea. I never, ever. So we went.
Okay.
They collected our passports at the border.
What was he talking about?
I'm about to tell you. They collected our passports at the border. And they took us to this place that you would always see on television whenever they were interviewing Yasser Arafat, and he was sitting in these throne-like chairs, right? So I sat it. There was 2 here and 2 here, so there were 4 of them. I sat in one of them, and Yasser Arafat and he had vitiligo. You didn't know that till you were close to him, and we're sitting there, we're talking with him, and he's just chatting. They're bringing us tea, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe this. And then I asked this question of him. I said, seeing as how the Israelis, the Jews, and the Muslims in this part of the world really come from cousin tribes. They're cousins. They're cousins.
Right.
Will there ever be a time when this can be resolved? Will there ever be a time when peace can be across the land? And he had a pocket and one of those telescoping pointers, like
why?
Listen. Remember, like the old time,
like an antenna,
the old time antennas,
right?
So we're sitting there, and behind him is this horizontal picture of Jerusalem.
Did he slap somebody with the antenna?
He took the pointer out and he turned around and his lip was quivering. And I was like, I upset him. He pointed and he said, this is where my family lived. This was our house. He's pointing to a particular structure. And he said, and I can't even go visit my home because of what the Jews have done. And I was like,
yeah, that's messed up.
He said there will never be peace. And I was like,
well,
okay. And then there was this woman from Brooklyn. So we're now meeting with all these people. This woman from Brooklyn who had on a blonde wig. You know how they got to do it. So she had on the skirt down to here.
Like she was Hasidic. Right.
And her husband was a doctor. They moved from Brooklyn and they had 7 children. She didn't look like she was more than about 36, 37 years old.
Mm-hmm.
She said, while we're meeting with her, just like we would have been at, H&H Bagels, right? Seriously, that's what she looked like. She was on the line. I was on the line and we're just chatting, right? She said, we're sitting around and she says, we moved to Israel because this is our land.
Okay.
And we have to kill.
Wait, she said that in front of Yasser Arafat?
No.
Oh, I was like, girl.
She said we have to kill all of the Palestinians before they kill us first. And I was speechless. Like, she said it so conversationally. And it was like, this is never going to end.
Right.
So
let me tell you something. That's why I don't mess with the new Wonder Woman. Real talk.
Oh, Gal Gadot.
Whatever her name
Gal
is.
Gadot.
I don't know. Like there was a Instagram post that she had there was an Instagram post she put on her account, and I saw it, and basically she was like, she said this basically the same thing, and people were like, yeah, but like Palestinian, there's children who are Palestinians, and it was a picture of, like she took a picture of her with her daughter, and basically she was like, well, I will kill them before they kill me, and I was like, you know what?
That's how they're trained.
I mean, I get it, but I was like, I'm like, I don't like you. I don't like your face. I don't like this movie. I don't acknowledge you as Wonder Woman. And that Wonder Woman 1984 movie was terrible.
Well, we had a meeting.
So
during that time, we had a meeting with some Ethiopian Jews. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So we were over there. They set up, I really wanted to talk to some Ethiopian Jews. And so they set us up with this young woman who was about 19, 20 years old. She was in the army. Because remember, every citizen, male or female, at the age of 18,
gotta go to the army,
goes into the military. So she was in the military, and we were there with her and her parents and her, brothers and sisters. And she was probably the oldest. So we're all, sitting around, again, drinking tea and stuff and talking. And I said to her, do you have a concept of how the Ethiopian Jews got to Israel? And she just looked at me. She said, well, we were brought over after the conflict and there was war and famine. And I said, no. Ethiopian Jews got to Israel because African Americans picketed and demonstrated simultaneously regarding South Africa and apartheid and Israel. And if Israel is for all Jews everywhere, then why are you not bringing in the Ethiopians? And it was really from the anger and the demonstrations, and it was in front of the UN like every day in New York. And finally, they had to relent.
Karen Garcia said, "Not H&H."
It
doesn't exist anymore.
It doesn't.
I love H&H bagels.
It was what, on Amsterdam and Columbus?
No.
Where was it?
It was on Broadway. It was across the street from Zabar's because when when I got out the train to go to school, it was right there. Yeah. There was something that I wanted to bring up that in white people be tripping news. Are you guys ready for this? Okay. So probably like 2 months ago or something, you were yelling at me about it. No, it wasn't that time. So I have a neighbor who I really do not like, and I've never met them. And this person decided they wanted to pop their head over a part of my fence that doesn't have trees yet. And was like, oh, can you unquiet your dog? We're trying to film something. I was like I was not there, but I was like on a Sunday, I'm like, are you like, you have a permit? Like, what are you talking about? Anyway, now, before I say this, so also, side note, in the police keep coming to my house news, they haven't been to my house, but let me tell you something. These people next door had a whole rave a week ago.
Did the police show up?
No.
Because nobody called?
No, I was like, you know what? I took picture, like I have video. I was like, I'm noting the time because the next time this happens, I'm calling the police because y'all be tripping. Okay, so yesterday, I'm in my house. I'm not doing I was like making peanut noodles or something. I was having a great time in my house, having a great time. So the doorbell rings and I was like, I didn't order anything. But let me see what this is. So I walked towards the front door where I always open and look, but this time the little shades were actually drawn so I could see who it was. And I was like, oh, this is two like super white people. And I was like, okay, they must be trying to deliver something. I was like, please don't let it be Jehovah's Witnesses. I do not want to deal with this. So as I approach the door, like I'm walking down the hallway, I hear them pulling at the door. Wait. So I opened the door. And I said, and I was like, hello. And it was a white man who was appropriately like, and then this white woman.
You mean appropriately shocked because this black woman opened the door?
Well, shocked because now he realizes that this is not the right place.
Oh, they went to the wrong house.
So I live next to a house that is very similar looking outside to mine. So here's the audacity of whiteness. Everyone sitting down. So I say to her, I said, "You're at the wrong house." She was like, "Really?"
I'd have been like,
I said, "You're at the wrong house." She was like, "Are you sure?"
Oh, because I don't know where I am.
I was like,
"Oh my God."
And then she said the neighbors. I was like, I said, "You're at the wrong house. They're next door."
You didn't use any profanity?
Bitch,
get the fuck out of my.
Okay.
Get out of my yard.
Okay. My point is that white people be tripping.
No,
white people be tripping as by default. That's where they are. But the thing that killed me was I was like, what are you really questioning as to whether like I could be wrong, that I'm in my own home and that you are in the wrong place? Anyway.
She'd have been all kinds of Karens and Beckys and bitch, and so much profanity would have come out of my mouth. And I'd have said, "Wait right here. Let me go get that cleaver my mother taught me how to use. I'm going to show you whose house this is."
The point of the matter is that they left and I finished making my noodles and they were delicious. But I had a conversation actually today with
Did you go to the people next door and say, "Tell your raggedy friends they'll be coming to my house"?
No, because I secretly want it to happen again. But I bring that up because they're like, I live in a white neighborhood and there have been too many instances, especially during the pandemic, where I'm in my house, minding my own business, living my whole Black life. And white people just keep infiltrating my space. And I don't know. I'm very, very, like, I don't really leave my house. And if I do, it's like I'm going to the store and then I come back. If anything, the pandemic has definitely limited the number of people that I interact with. And that means that, you know what, like I was, because the thing that like when I closed the door, I was like, I don't really be having white people in my house. I don't have white people in my house. I don't.
It's not so much the question of how you choose to live your life inside your house on the property.
No, it's white people trying to act like I'm stupid.
It's that, really?
Right. You really gonna question as to whether you're in the wrong place?
See, once you say really like that to me, it's like, bitch, back the up. Get your ass out of.
But even insofar as there are certain things that identify my house as a Black home.
Well, what, like the
Wu-Tang sign?
The Wu-Tang sign. Well, that's the only thing that's out front.
No, there will be more things. There are more things to come. Not that they're like, you know, crazy things, but it's just like, oh, okay, like this must be a Black home.
You're meeting the guy from Wu-Tang tomorrow.
No, I'm not actually.
It's going to be a Zoom.
It is.
Yeah,
I asked for it to be a Zoom. That being said,
and he was so happy setting that up, and I looked at his itinerary.
I know, but Mom, we're not talking about that right now. And I was like,
Imani can't.
Muted now. Thank you. In any case, yeah, white people be tripping. So that happened. Let me see what else occurred that we can discuss today. Oh, this is kind of weird though. Maya Angelou's gonna be on a quarter.
Why is that weird?
I don't know. I just kind of like, you know why it's weird? Because George Washington's still gonna be on one side, the other side.
Well,
I'm just like, I don't like that. Like, it's all or nothing for me.
Well, I don't like it either. But the point is,
because I'm like, you own slaves and all of that. Like, well, it's too weird.
Once we get down to the fact that we putting this righteous Black woman on
money, right? That's the other thing.
But on the other hand, there's a whole lot of Black people who are saying, yeah, you know, we should have our own, like they wanted Harriet Tubman on $20 bill.
Yeah, but it was that. But ultimately, like when I read the rebuttal, it is gross. It is gross. I'm
not arguing in favor of it.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying, it's gross.
I'm just saying that there are people for whom
this
matters, you know?
I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, I somebody said, who was it? We can't even get, Alicia said we can't even get a whole quarter. I know. All we can get is 12.5 cents. Boo. Anyway.
Listen, in this era when we ain't even talking about 3/5 of a man, right?
We don't even exist in the Constitution.
They don't, right? So the fact that these little incremental so-called gains are happening, it is what it is.
Don't keep that. Don't keep all of that.
I'm just so ready to be somewhere else. I don't know what to do.
I'm telling you, if Louis Farrakhan was not
crazy,
right, and wasn't, down with Scientology and a whole host of other things.
Listen,
I'm so irritated.
Listen, when I was in graduate school for journalism, and my sister friend who passed a few years ago, Sheila Abdul Salam, was in law school, we went to Mosque number 7.
Yeah. On 60th Street.
On a Sunday when he was taking questions. So you fill out these index cards. We were already in the nation, by the way. And our question was, which they gather the questions and they hand to him and then he answers. He reads them aloud. And with ridicule, as he read our question, it was, the question went something like this: Brother Minister, what can 2 sisters in the nation do with their graduate degrees in journalism and law that could be of assistance to the nation?
And he was like, nothing.
And he read it sarcastically. And he said something like this: I want to say to all you sisters out there who think getting an education is going to do you any good, that when you go to those schools and you put yourselves in the middle of them devils and they rape you, don't come looking for the fruit meaning the fruit of Islam. Don't come looking for the fruit to avenge what happened and to protect you. You put yourself in the middle of those devils. Now, Sheila and I looked at each other and I was like, so you dropping out of law school? Her mouth said, fuck that. And so we both started giggling. That sister was interning or on the staff of the Legal Aid Society in Harlem. And you know who was all up in there trying to get free legal services? And who were referred from Temple number 7 to go ask for Sister Sheila Abdul Salam?
Nope. That's what happens when you act raggedy. You get no referrals.
That is what was happening. And I was a reporter in No Count, Syracuse, New York. I'm sorry.
Okay. First of all, I didn't make you move there.
So I was a reporter for the newspaper there. And I was covering the story for the newspaper, the general market newspaper, on
that sounds budget.
That's the big newspaper. If it could be called big.
Okay.
Naeem Akbar, Dr. Naeem Akbar, who was the medical doctor who was so famous, in the nation. He talked about nutrition and health and et cetera, et cetera. So Naeem Akbar came to Syracuse and I interviewed him. And I wrote this article for the Syracuse Herald Journal. Doesn't exist anymore.
That sounds official.
And I, in the meantime, had contacted Muhammad Speaks to inquire as to whether or not they wanted coverage.
I'm sorry, my mouth just watered because I thought about bean pies when you said Muhammad Speaks. I'm sorry. I was like,
Whiting H&G sister. So he, so I covered the story about Naeem Akbar for the newspaper, for the Syracuse Herald Journal. And I contacted Muhammad Speaks to see if they wanted me to write an article for the Nation of Islam community. And they said yes. So I've done one interview and it's going to cover enough information for both papers. And what happened was the Minister Johnny, came to me and said, listen, don't even. Came to me and said, Sister Paula, I want you to write that article, but I want you to write it in cooperation with Brother X.
Right. Okay.
And I said, oh, he's going to write part of the article?
Right. How's that work?
He said, well, he doesn't really know how to write, but he wants to learn. And I want you to teach him. And I said, you want me to teach him how to write an article while I'm actually
I mean, I
working.
want wings to fly
And
away,
then-
but that's not going to happen.
And then he said, yes. I said, all right, brother, introduce me to him, please. And I will try to work with him. It'll take a little longer to get the article together, but okay.
That was nice of you. That is very atypical
I was
of
being
you.
sisterly.
Clearly.
Then the minister says, well, Sister Paula, this is what I really want you to do. You write the article and put his name on it.
You know what?
And I said,
no.
let me see if I get this, brother minister. You want me to write the article, not put my name on it, but put brother somebody X
Who
on it.
can't write?
He said, yes. I said, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. And he looked at me and said, sister, did you hear what I asked you to do?
Did you hear what I said
yes,
to you?
I did, brother minister, but did you hear my response? So I was always supposedly on report. Well, Sister Paul, we have to put you on report.
Go ahead.
Do what you need to do. You can't, there's no compulsion in Islam. That's what we know is in the Quran. There's no compulsion in Islam. You can't make me do shit. Okay? So that ain't gonna happen. And my experience with the Nation of Islam was sometimes good, but sometimes it was like, oh,
like Muhammad Speaks, the actual newspaper. It's decent, like it's okay, but then they also sell bean pies, and that's great. It's true.
So back in the day,
it's a little bit of the good, and a little bit of the.
I don't know if it's still called Muhammad Speaks. Is it?
It's called
the Final Call.
The Final Call,
right.
Yeah.
Because I had left by then, I was like, no, I can't mess with these people. But Elijah Muhammad's son, Warithdin Muhammad, when he came in and took over, he turned it into a true Islamic.
Well, he's Sunni?
I don't think he characterizes as Sunni or Hanafi.
Right.
It's the American Muslim Mission.
Okay.
Right. So they
right. Yeah.
But so.
Oh. Well, you know what? Louis Farrakhan's birthday was last week. And the one thing I thought was, I was like, you look really good.
Yeah, he looks good.
You look very moisturized. I'm very, very, happy that you've been eating well. And, he got his little curl pattern.
I used to make bean soup. Do you remember that?
No, you said you used to make bean pie. I'm like,
I did make bean pie.
Bean pie is my favorite pie.
And they also had carrot cake.
Carrot cake is so carrot cake and bean
carrot. Yeah, the Nation of Islam's carrot cake was really good.
Bean pie and carrot cake are my favorite.
And Whiting H&G. Lord, they come in a 5-pound frozen squares, rectangles.
Mm-hmm. You know who Peter Guns is?
Do I know who Peter Guns is?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay, so Peter Guns used to be on Love and Hip Hop New York, like the original Love and Hip Hop. And
I didn't watch that.
Okay, I'm saying this because this was when Cardi B was on, and Peter Guns had 2 different girlfriends on the show, and then they both ended up pregnant at the same time.
Did they know about each other?
Yeah.
Well,
Right, exactly. So there was a reunion episode, and Cardi B fully read him and was like, please stop. I say all that to say that I discovered last week, I'm late, that Peter Guns is the new host of Cheaters. Which I was like, this is perfect casting. That's perfect casting. He said
they used to have a white man be the host
I know
of
that.
Cheaters.
Remember that white man that got beat up? Oh my God! Somebody took off on him, and he was like, I was like, oh no! I was like, you gotta go.
So Peter Guns, who's an expert in cheating,
yes,
is now hosting the cheating show.
Oh yeah.
But wait. No. I want to work on.
Oh yeah, look, they live in the same building. That is true.
Yeah, but see, then that's not cheating. He is
right.
with 2 women who know about each other. Right. And by the way, in many parts of the world,
that's the thing.
That's right. So I
wonder if Peter Guns is like a 5%.
Could be.
The
TV show that's coming out of my book about, and it's going to be my grandfather and the 3 women he had in Jamaica, 1 Chinese woman and 2 African Jamaican women. Somebody said to me, well, we're going to have to deal with this whole thing about your grandfather being a player.
Okay, can I finish what I was saying before you go?
He was not a player.
Okay, but this is what I'm trying to say. So the video that I saw of Peter Guns last week, there was this other dude, this black dude that he was talking to, and he challenged a man on the show to a fight after the man said he put his hands on his girlfriend. And Peter told the man, domestic violence is never acceptable. And then Peter he's like, oh, you want that smoke? Because I stay in the smoking section. I was crying. It was so funny.
Okay, so I would understand. Am I supposed to think Peter Gunz is a bad guy? He doesn't sound like a bad guy.
No, he's just, I mean, listen, it's reality. It was reality TV.
But I mean, he was challenging the dude for hitting the woman, right?
Right. No. Okay, the guy was saying, yeah, I hit her. And Peter Gunz was like,
I'll break your back.
Right. And the dude was like, he was like, yeah, all right. And I was like, oh, God. Peter Gunz was like, I stay in the smoking section. And I was confused because I didn't know the context. I was like, wait, is Peter Gunz on Cheaters like a contestant or is he the host? And I was like, well, if he's the host and he's coming to people like that, I'm about to start watching Cheaters again because that show was crazy.
Well, I want you all to know that in order to better understand me, hearing the story about Peter Gunz now, I'm going,
yeah, Peter, I mean,
if you're going to have women and the women agree and everybody is good with it and you taking care of all their financial needs and your babies, then I don't think it's anybody else's business.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm like,
I wouldn't sign up for that.
Right.
But,
it was interesting. I was like, oh, y'all in the same building? I'm like, well, that at least makes, like recording the show easier.
Listen, I come from the era. I come from that era back then. I'm going to be 69 years old. To me, it's like, look, we were in the age when they created Earth Day and the Panthers and all. As long as all the adults are consenting and no one's getting hurt and everybody's being taken care of.
I wasn't mad at Peter Gunz. I was like, well, this is reality TV and like this, this is what he came to do and these girls is down with it. Obviously they're in the same building.
At least Peter got numerous kids though, with numerous women though.
That's his business. That's
as long as, like I said, I got a relative in Jamaica who had like 11 children with 5 different women. And all of those children were taken care of and they all loved their father.
Fine.
That's my father's stepfather.
Right. Okay. Like that, again, not my business. That's not my concern. You heard what happened, what's going on with Tank? You know who Tank is?
I know who Tank is. What happened?
He's going deaf in his right
sexy
ear.
Oh, from the audio, from the sound?
I don't know.
Because that's the thing. I was going to ask you about Idris walking around with those headphones on all the time.
I walk around with headphones all the time.
I'm just making sure that it's properly calibrated.
It's fine. And they're not even like the best of headphones. Like they're not.
No, I'd rather he have the best.
Oh, if they're the best, then it's actually going to be worse on his hearing.
Oh, okay.
That's my point.
All right.
They're like cheap, like whatever. He said that he is losing his hearing in his right ear and that in his left ear, he's already completely deaf. That's sad.
That is sad.
Because, I mean, honestly, okay, I'm going to say this. I really used to diss Tank until I saw him in the New Edition movie. And he did really good as Gerald Busby. Because every time Tank comes out with a song, there's one song that he made that I really do like. But the rest of them are just so nasty. I'm like, first of all, Tank, I'm not doing any of that with you. You are this tall. Right. I'm sorry. But I mean, that's really sad.
But there are people who, in the privacy, again,
yeah,
and the privacy of their whatevers, they like to listen to that kind of music and get nasty.
I'm like, you're not doing any of that, so don't no.
But you know what was tough? Because back in the day, was it Eddie Levert? Who are they again?
Levert?
No, Levert is his
son. You're talking
about oh God,
the OJs.
The OJs, right?
I'm like the OJs.
So that brother. Maybe it must have been 7 or 8 years ago. He was performing
at the ball
at the Delta convention.
Did I tell you what happened at the ball when I saw them?
And he unzipped, and it was all this.
My God!
You know how when there's little beady beads on the hair on the chest.
Beady beads. Hey, beady beads.
He had beady beads. Oh,
wait, hold on. I'm sorry. I gotta just mention something. Kojo's Tropical said he was good in the New Edition movie.
Okay.
See Kojo's Tropicals. That's why.
So,
Kojo's Tropicals probably know what beady beads are too.
And this is Eddie J. So doing it, and he was like, and he started gyrating, and we were all like,
no, he did that at the bowl. Okay, did I tell? So I went to go see Charlie Wilson.
Uncle Charlie
at the bowl, and the opening act was the OJs, and I was excited because I love the OJs. I was like,
the other two are classy.
Well, those white people love them some Love Train. And I hate that song. I mean, they were so excited. So
you know why? Because they get all behind each other and start doing
I know. I was like, okay. I was like,
know,
all right, please
like
don't touch me.
It's like them and the chicken polka.
What's the chicken polka?
You never saw them
you mean the truffle shuffle? Oh, yeah.
At the white people weddings, and they all.
I don't know about a white people wedding.
Well, if you worked with white people and you had to show up at some of these things, you'd have to go.
I've never been to a white wedding, so I don't. White wedding. I've never been to a white wedding. My point is, so Charlie Wilson, we'll talk about in 1 second. The OJs came out. Eddie Levert on brand, disrobed, and I was like, well, okay.
They look like little cauliflowers.
Oh my God. I was like, what is happening? What is happening? So then, okay, so we deal with the OJs. Charlie Wilson comes on stage. You know how I don't know about now because I haven't seen Earth, Wind, and Fire. And yes, I did. I saw Earth, Wind, and Fire a few years ago. There came a point in the 80s where Earth, Wind, and Fire had them dancers. And it was just, I was like, they don't need to be there. So Charlie Wilson
went off in the wrong direction.
Charlie Wilson had these dancers. And I was like, okay, I mean, this is like what every older
James
male.
Brown did it for a while.
I know.
Living for America?
No.
Living in America.
Living in America.
He had them women.
But he was also on PCP. So, I mean, that's understandable. Okay. Anyway, my point is that, here's my point. At one point, Charlie Wilson, he's singing, Keep Running, that song. So at one point he's on the stage and they, hit the little breakdown. Okay, so here's what happens. Remember how you talk about Love Train and the white people want to go behind each other like a conga line? Mm-hmm. So Charlie Wilson, so the lights dim. Charlie Wilson apparently has on a shirt and pants that have LED lights on them.
Oh no!
And it so the whole and then little dancers. I was like, I'm about to go.
You mean
home.
the arena went dark and he was lit up
and he was like, "Keep running."
Oh, no.
I was like, "This is bad. This is bad."
You know what? That's when there was a line in the song that they do too much with.
I was like, just sing a song.
You're doing too much.
We don't have to do
need
this.
You to be the lit up scarecrow on stage with dancers behind you. That sounds like the Wiz.
All I wanted was to hear my songs, and I did. But he wanted to. I mean, maybe he was just like, I've been singing these songs for so long. Let's inject something.
I want to say this to you.
I was like, no, just sing a song.
I want he didn't have a black manager.
Okay, okay. Can I say something?
Because a black manager would never have allowed that.
Well, I don't know because you saw Ray. You saw Ray and that new manager he got, the light skinned one.
Ray who?
Ray, the movie.
That man, you know that man? I know that man.
The light-skinned one?
Exactly.
He
met me at the airport to pick me up because I had to talk Mr. Ray Charles into doing that commercial for the Olympics. Remember the NBC commercial for the Olympics?
Not really.
In Atlanta, and he had all the little kids on the side of the mountain
singing, they were all holding peaches.
Beautiful for spacious sky.
Did you say beautiful? Okay, you know what? Okay, back to what I was saying. That's what I was saying.
But I have a good story. His name was Joe
Light Skin.
I can't remember the rest of it, but Joe something. But so the GM of WNBC called me. It's Paula. Do you know Ray Charles? I said, why? Because all black people know each other?
Right. No. Why would I know him?
And this white man looked at me, he turned purple. I said, okay, what do you want? I don't know him.
No, I don't.
He said, well, we tried to contact him to have him do our promo for the Olympics.
What you supposed to do?
And he turned us down. He won't even talk to Randy Pyburn, who was my colleague.
Okay, that's your problem.
Who did the marketing thing. And I said, all right. He said, well, but can you get to him to explain to him what we want?
You mean what on the black hotline?
Wait. So
what?
So I said, what is it that we want him to do? We want him to headline this promo for the Olympics. I said, all right, let me make a phone call. So I called Reverend Sharpton. I was like, Rev, blah, 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 blah.
This story is going.
No, I'm telling you. Listen to me. I called Reverend Sharpton. Reverend Sharpton calls me back. He says, okay, Sister Paula, tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock, Joe
Is
Adams.
He just called
Joe
Sister
Adams.
Paula?
That's right. That's out of the church. You ain't been to no Baptist and Methodist. They call everybody sister.
Okay.
So he says, phone tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. So I'm in my office. Phone rings. It's Joe Adams and Reverend Sharpton. And Reverend Sharpton says, Mr. Adams, this is Miss Madison, and we need for her to be successful in New York. She's running the news department, and they need her to accomplish something with Brother Ray Charles, and so we need that to happen. I'm going to get off the phone now, and y'all just talk. I was like, wow. So Joe Adams says, Mrs. Madison, the only reason why I'm talking to you is because Mr. Charles has said that whatever Reverend Sharpton wants, I need to do.
Did Ray Charles rub your wrist when you met him?
I'm going to tell you this story. It's a good story. So I'm now close to being moved at how, now the Black folks are trying to come up behind me to make me successful. So I said, well, Mr. Adams, one of my colleagues tried to talk to you. I'm not talking to no white people about this.
I mean,
So I asked him, could you please tell me why? He said,
I don't feel like messing
years
with
ago, when it was GE Radio, he was the orchestra leader.
Ray Charles.
For Joe Adams.
Oh.
He was the orchestra leader for the GE radio show.
WNBC.
And when it turned to television, he was out of a job. That's why he didn't want to hear nothing about GE, NBC, nothing.
No white people, nothing.
So I said to him, Mr. Adams, I would never ask you to do this. Let's forget it, because I don't want you, what happened to you was wrong, and I don't want you to have to do this. He said, no. He said, I'm willing to do it. I said, Mr. Adams, tell me the number you want. He said, what do you mean? I said, give me the dollar figure. Tell me the number you want.
$50 billion.
Oh, it was big.
Right.
And I went back and I said, this is what they want. And they said they're not bargaining. And they said, okay.
All right, then.
Okay. So we got that money.
Who is we?
Listen.
You got hit off?
We got that money. We got that deal going. Ray Charles said he will only do the spot if I flew out to LA to sit with him while he was doing the spot.
And touched your wrists. Nasty.
You see the picture of me and Sherry Sherrill and Ray Charles?
Yes.
That's where that was shot during that commercial. And then what happened was, so before I came out here to do that, I asked the local station to find out from the network, do they want me to negotiate a deal for them too? They don't want what the local station's going to have. No. When they saw that commercial, Ray Charles sitting there and all those little children dressed, the indigenous kids, the Black kids singing, NBC wanted the commercial. So they asked me, well, what will it take? And I went to Mr. Adams and I was like, Mr. Adams, I think you should ask for double. He's like, sister, ask for double and then some. I said,
fine, let's go.
And
let's get this money.
And they got it.
Nice.
So what I'm saying is, Joe Adams, he was portrayed in that movie as not good, but I saw him.
He was a light-skinned one who was in a 5 Heartbeats.
Exactly. And Joe Adams really was light-skinned.
Well, yeah.
He really did kind of look like that, but he was a very suave, elderly man. Suave.
Suave.
But that's my Joe Adams. Somebody said to me earlier that I need to write a book because I'm full of stories.
Please.
Joe Adams was sued by Ray's children, who was alleged to have left each $500,000 they never got. Listen, I wouldn't even begin to say, oh no, or oh yes. I don't know nothing about any of that. Mine is a slice in my life involved the intersection of Ray Charles, Joe Adams, and the Reverend Al Sharpton.
Yeah, we're clapping for us.
I'm clapping for myself.
Joe Adams was also in Carmen Jones, the Fine Brothers. Carmen Jones. Oh yeah, Carmen Jones.
The movie?
Yeah. Huh.
Well, everybody.
Oh, hey, everybody. You know whose birthday's in 2 days? You know which 2 people's birthdays are in 2 days? Grace Jones and Malcolm X.
And
my dad. My first dad.
Your first daddy.
Yeah. They had a little party for him over the weekend. I'm sure you don't care.
I don't care.
I know.
But I've always been tried to be reflective. Yes. On May 19th. In honor of
Grace Jones and Malcolm X. Makes perfect sense. Of course they got the same birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're both outspoken and, don't know how to act at appropriate times and just, do them. So
being born on that day, that actually made your bio dad more interesting to me, but
that's great. So anyway,
don't be fooled by that, y'all.
I'm gonna hit up my dad, my biological dad, on his birthday, and just say, happy birthday. In any case, it's 6:07. I'm not hungry because I ate like a vegan burger a few hours ago.
I'm not hungry either because I ate some Swiss chard that I grew in my backyard and a lamb chop.
Well, did you grow a lamb chop in your backyard?
Nope.
Okay. So anyway, I'm about to go. I gotta go lay down.
Wait, Bishop tired. Noel Jones is also
on
May 19th?
Yes.
He has the same birthday as his
sister?
They're
twins.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Okay, I'm about to go. I need to lay down. I'm really tired. So yeah, y'all have a great week and stay up, and big ups to everybody out there who's not on any foolishness. And
next week we hope to have our technical stuff,
lavaliers or lobs or whatever working. I almost did it. I mean, I stuck everything in the right holes. Yeah, I stuck everything in the right holes.
If it had been a single, just you.
It would have been great. Yeah, it would be great. But
it got a little more complicated.
Yeah. So anyway. Bye, guys.
Y'all. Bye. It was good seeing y'all. Bye, Crystal, and bye, Nora.
Bye.